High school will be something I will always remember. I remember the first day I stepped into school as a freshman, and I remember the last day as a senior in the school. I've been through a whole lot. Maybe not as much as some people, but I've always had my ups and downs. When I first started school, it was never on my mind. I did the homework, but not with the enthusiasm I should have. My grades were a reflection of my effort in school. I did not do extremely bad, mind you, but I did not fulfill my potential as a student with good grades.
Okay.
I remember always getting in trouble for this from my parents. But the thing was, I never learned. Throughout the year, the punishments increased. One time stands out. I actually had lost my computer access for 3 months. And if you know kids today, that's like keeping them from going outside. I was in pain because I did not have access to computers, and my life felt like it was ruined. Moments like this changed my view towards school. This is not the only incident. During 10th grade, my grades were still not reflecting my potential. This was when I was in Honors 10. Miss Fianci saw that I needed help, so she asked me to join AVID. At first, I was not so sure about AVID. I did it in 8th grade, and truthfully, I dreaded going to class each day. The good thing about being in AVID then was that I already had the experience in how AVID worked. My first binder check came around, I did a lot better than students who had just joined AVID for the first time. While in AVID, my grades soared. I did the best I've ever done in my life. I felt good each time I was recognized for honor roll during the awards assembly. I was proud of myself, and so were my parents. Ever since then, I have not been in the same kind of trouble that I was when I first started high school. I was never grounded from the computer or TV or anything else because of my grades. I was always praised. This year, I really felt like an AVID student. I was able to use the experience from the last 2 years of AVID to teach the younger students about how this program works. I led tutorials and graded binders. Truthfully, it felt good to be in this position. This is not the only thing I've done so far this year. As a senior in high school, being a freshman in college was the next step in life. But I could not join college unless I applied. When senior year started, I was afraid to start these applications. It was the fact that being a college student was so near that scared me away from these. Another thing was which college I should apply to. For the longest time, I was not sure of the schools that would receive an application from me. I think I've changed my choices 3 times in the first 3 months of school. Then Miss Fianci told me that I should start making up my mind, and I eventually did. Even after I made my choices, I did still not immediately begin the applications. I spent a lot of my time goofing off while Carlo and Patrick look up info on the colleges. Every day, Miss Fianci would ask me if I finished an application, and each day I would tell her yes, even though I was not close to finishing them. One of them, the University of Georgia application, included 4 essays. These questions kept me dumbfounded for the longest time, until one day I looked at them and thought of ideas for them. Then I conquered them easily and quickly, and they looked great. Now I'm currently going to be a student at James Madison University in the fall of 2008. If it was not for my parents for pretty much forcing me to do my work, I would not have the grades I have today. If it wasn't for the incentives they gave me, good grades are no fun, I would not be going to college next year because I would have had the mentality that college was stupid and I could care less. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I love you. Also, I'd like to thank all my teachers that have helped me when I needed them the most. They were the ones that taught me everything I know now, and they never gave up on us as students. And another person I'd like to thank is Miss Pienta. She was the one that recommended I do all the college things that I have to do and should do. She's another big reason that I would not be a college student now, because I would have been too lazy to apply to the schools that I applied to. Thank you.